Hey guys, welcome back. We are looking at Neptune in Aries and probably already heard all about it. And I just want to say Aries is a fire sign. Neptune is the ruler of the water sign, Pisces. It just finished in Pisces, will be in Aries until 2039. And I just want to give you examples of people who have natally, just to explain it all without over explaining and repeating myself, right? So people who have Neptune in Aries versus people who have Neptune in Pisces. And you will see the difference and you will know exactly who kind of will be born in this new era of Neptune and Aries, and also what would be the taste of this time, because Neptune is a generational sign, moves hell slow, and it will be in Aries for a while. Neptune in Aries first, and then I'm going to compare it to the Neptune in Pisces person. A picture is better than 1,000 words. And of course, we're going to see what the T is for all the 12 signs, and just watch for your ascendant, please, just so you get the correct chart position for your houses, yeah? And watch for your sun, because I, love my metaphors, and you might have a good crack at that too. All right, first, Neptune in Aries, signature person, Harry Houdini. The guy who was a master trickster, what is it called? Like a show person. Pretty much he created the fake magicianship. Neptune is kind of fake. And Aries is a pioneer. So he was one of the first people who mainstreamed the magic tricks. Escapologist is the name, who physically was showing tricks. So Aries is super physical. He was very physical with his tricks. It was like cutting through the thing and then disappearing and all those things. So that's your example there, right there. So the person who is physically doing something that is tricky and just like becomes a universal phenomenon. Yeah. Now, how many great magicians are there? And it's because of Harry Houdini. He was the guy. Neptune in Aries is his natal position. Let's compare him to Neptune in Pisces person, and that's, drumroll, Vincent van Gogh, the guy who took it far in his art, lives on through his art still. So does Harry Houdini, but this guy is blood, sweat, and tears of emotional painting. He lived and breathed his art. It was his life. It was bigger than him. Pisces is like this ocean. Neptune is at home in Pisces. It's the ocean within the ocean within the ocean, multiverses of oceans. You don't know where is the beginning, where is the end. So Neptune is as like this absorption with his art. It's that sacrifice and that longing that is never satisfied, never satiated. He loved academia and he was like writing about it, talking about it. At the same time, he was poor as hell. No one liked his art. He thought he was like really bad, but look, now Van Gogh is like worth a lot of money. And it's inspiration for generations to come. But poor guy, man, he didn't really have a he was misunderstood in so many ways. And that's Neptune and Pisces, time of confusion. Last 14 years were weird. We were like healing our victimhood and obsessed with things that maybe didn't even need to be obsessed with, Social media became like a thing where everyone is fake online, and in the real life they just like, you know what I mean? Like it's a dissonance. So that's those two examples. Let's keep going, guys. There's more. All right, are you ready? Vladimir Lenin. This is Neptune in Aries person. Yeah. You know what this guy did, right? And definitely character, fiery character. He was a revolutionary by the history books that turned his ideology into action. He brought people up and they did like a full uprising against the the imperialist state of Russia, and the new country was created as a result of the Soviet Union. So that is like historically quite a prominent figure that initiated themselves out of nothing. I mean, he was just full enthusiasm and brutal figure. Maybe not the most brutal of them all, but definitely a catalyst for change. And you know what is the most hilarious bit with the Neptune in Aries is that there was actually a documentary that proved in Soviet Union, there was a documentary, like late Soviet Union, that Lenin is a mushroom. And they like scientifically proved that he's a mushroom. So, I mean, you can Google that, I swear. It's like, it makes you question your reality after you watch that. It's like, what is going on here? Physicality, like who is this person? And something outrageous Neptunian like that. Oh, that person is actually a mushroom. It doesn't make any sense, but boom, that's truth. That's the reality. Go and watch it. It's crazy. Neptune like used the belief for weaponization and reason through conflict, right? He pointed all the bad things about what Tsar Russia was doing at the time that sparked some traction, and then poor guy and his family were all annihilated in one room. Yeah, sad story. Now they're actually saints. The Tsar and his family are saints. Comparing, I mean, you can't really compare the two, but the Neptune in Pisces person is, drumroll, Claude Monet. Just look at his art. It's just so dreamy. It's just this inspired feeling, you know, like it's like enchanted beauty moment. The fairies are flying around. You can like touch them with your finger. He could paint light. He could paint fog. He could paint time of the day. He was the impressionist superstar of his period, and I absolutely adore his arts. So that Neptune in Pisces was like a lot of blur, a lot of atmosphere, a lot of vibe, but maybe not enough action. Definitely not Vladimir Lenin style. I mean, he had so much action that he got syphilis at some point. Another Neptune in Aries guy was Arthur Conan Doyle, who created Sherlock Holmes. So Sherlock Holmes was solving crimes. It's a character that was cutting through confusion with logic and step-by-step approach, reverse engineering everything. He was like, okay, let's just do it. Let's just go. Another Neptune in Aries example is Jesse James, who was robbing banks in America. And he was like in this Neptunian idealistic bank gangster, train robberies and things like that. And he was romanticized, you know, for his brutality and for his action-driven James Bondness. But he was still a criminal. So there's like really abrasive dudes with Neptune in Aries, if you can sense what I mean. And if you compare it to the last couple of guys with Neptune in Pisces, Edgar Allan Poe, who again is like suffering and heavy stuff, heavy topics. And of course we have Dostoevsky, who's also Neptune in Pisces person. And that guy, oh my God, I mean I think we should do a conquest. Who had it worse? Allan Poe or Dostoevsky? He was like in jail, and he was in exile and rolling on the mill for like years and years, or maybe almost a decade. And then he also had an addiction to gambling, and he was also misunderstood. At least he had some pennies paid for him for his novels. But I mean, he also was like, Dostoevsky was so like in his craft, writing, that he predicted dudes like Lenin through his novel called The Devils. So he was like a prophet, even. If you have this fuel in you, read that novel, The Devils, and you will see how he literally paints the Bolshevik revolution like way ahead of time, because he was plugged into the collective consciousness, unconsciousness, Neptune in Pisces. That was our time that was our buffer to really go within. And Neptune in Aries now is Jesse James moment. I mean, I'm not promoting any violence or whatever. I'm just saying that there is something that you believe in, right? Like Neptune, your consciousness. By the state of your consciousness, that's going to be the same level as your action. So if with Neptune and Pisces before, your consciousness is here and your actions are here, now they like kind of evened out. So it could be a good thing if your consciousness is here. But if your consciousness is here, you would have to like, it's a steep curve. And the other way around, if your actions are like noble, but you're like, don't know what you're doing, you will not do, it's like has to go hand in hand now. So work on yourself. Do not be like Lenin. Do not be like Jesse James. Maybe more like Sherlock Holmes. And, or like Houdini. And create something new and show us the way. And that's how you nail this transit, pretty much. Just do one step at a time. Don't need to, take caution, because if you don't take caution, you're out. Imagine all those guys with Neptune and Aries placements making one little mistake. They were smart. They were using all the other aspects in their chart just to see what is my asset here, and do I have the strength? Aries, do I have the strength, the stamina? Do I have the vision? Do I have a plan? So this is my take on Neptune Aries, just based on the examples. Hope you like them. And yeah, I'll give you a couple of more maybe just to take that away. The guy who created Thomas Edison, he created electricity. That's Neptune in Aries person. So voila, another new cool thing that is now so common, so universal. And Neptune in Pisces would be Charles Dickens, another like poor kids of London kind of stories, There's tears, there's laughter, and all in one day, all hungry. But historically correct and kind of universal, because these things are still happening all over the world. And Charles Dickens is quite a talented writer who could paint things as they are, but also give them that empathy for the poor, that social consciousness, the consciousness. Neptune is all about that. Okay, let's dive into each of the 12 signs. Aries, we're starting with you as per usual, and you are going to have Neptune in your first house. And this is a ticket to your new multiverse of identities. I can't even picture who you're going to be at the end of this transit, because, I mean, Neptune is not very reliable planet, is it? And a reinvention without apology is on the cards. No more trying to fit into a particular style, into a particular trend, I guess. Because the first house is your identity, your body, your courage, and your self-assertion in this world, your presence, your chi energy. Just don't become the loose yogurt that is just, and you don't even know what flavor it is. It's like yogurt. It's got all these sprinkles in it, and chocolate and passion fruit and whatever the hell, you can put in the frozen yogurt. I want you to come back to the actual frozen yogurt, not to the sprinkles, to the actual flavor, right, that you're going for, and to get creative with that instead of having just plain flavor and you have these add-ons that you think you really need. I want your flavor, Aries, to speak for itself. And I want you to be distinctive this next Neptune in Aries transit, because it's a challenge not to put too many things in one cup, to actually call it a frozen yogurt cup. It's going to be embellishment cup, chocolate crumble with passion fruit, jelly beans cup. You know, like what is it? It has to be precise, to the point, like you want it to be. Yeah, that's my identity style. Just a nudge here. You are literally embodying this transit, the spirituality, everything that stands for transcendence and higher divinity, right? You are embodying this. You are the message, the messenger, the Messiah. Just stay away from the crosses of all kinds. And you'll be okay. You'll survive. There's this, like, finally the courage to actually live visibly and to shift any way you want. And I want you to find freedom in that. You know, the main thing is if you stay in your lane and you stay sovereign, you can be so creative. It's like the Olympic champions, you know, that they jump over this thing, the acrobatics guys, when they do all these flips in the air. It looks really cool and creative, yeah, but they really know what they're doing. They really know when to jump off, when to step, how to land. They land like this, you know, like straight back, electrified fingers and stuff. And it takes discipline to get there. But when they actually jump, and especially when you put it in the slow motion, it looks like the most creative thing ever. So that's your Neptune in Aries. Let's talk about the cons of the transit. As I previously mentioned with with those add-ons. What can I say? If it doesn't feel in your heart of hearts right, and your intuition is telling you something here, just don't do it. Don't put that choc chip cookie in the yogurt. Just keep it simple. Yeah, this would be your security policy for this transit, especially when it comes to your identity, your personal reputation within your own confines of your brain, you know, like how you feel inside of you. If there's something you are doing, it doesn't really resonate, that's your sign there. It will be so simple. The thing is, the con of the transit, it can be confusing because, like, one day you are like this, the other day you're like that. You're already an impulsive sign, so I mean, you're kind of a bit jittery already, but this will create a little bit more of uncertainty. So my call for you, please train your intuition, use it as a muscle, and trust your intuition. This is the main thing. Whatever they say, whatever the Libras say, your seventh house people, right? I'm not saying exactly the Libras, obviously, but Libra is the ruler of your seventh house, is the opposite of your first house. That polarity, that nice, beautiful, diplomatic, political, na na na, la la la, all this idealism, any even projections on you, like that sounds, idealizations and projections and plus or minus sign you add to it. You just kind of like, yeah, a Pinterest board, and I'm closing the app. It's shut. And when you shut it all out, that confusion becomes a signal. It diffuses into a signal with time. So take your time making decisions, yeah? Take your sweet time. And confusion will be just, you know, a word in a dictionary for you. Watch out for being so in your new identity, in your ego, right? That you stop looking where you're going, where you stop considering people's views to the point where you are like this nomad. Like, you pretty much don't want to be a stinky like, let's say you have a conviction that water is like a poison or whatever, something ridiculous, and you really live this truth and you become stinky. And that's kind of like just a very picture perfect example, obviously far-fetched, but I'm just like making these bright colors, putting the saturation to the max, just to show you what it feels like for everyone else to be around a person who is just, it's got this ego stench about them, about their new ways, about their new identity. Neptune is it's just a bit indifferent to that. So you don't have to prove, you don't have to prove it. You just do you, and that's enough. And that would be the how it's perceived. That would be your cue to what it actually is going on, objectivity versus subjectivity. So this is kind of like the con of the transit, where you just become so much bigger than life, yeah, where it's not really authentic and true. And last but not least, just understand what are the consequences of your actions across all spheres of your life. Neptune in the first house is going to be touching your ascendant. If you're watching for your ascendant, please do watch for your ascendant, yeah. And then, yeah, if you're watching for the sun sign, it's touching your sun. So you become like this mythical creature, this Medusa, this Icarus, and everyone is looking at you. Everyone is so inspired. But then you come home. Don't be that like clown, that comes home after the circus and hangs his red nose on on the thing, has his bitter coffee and just is bitter AF. Because reality is not what everyone thinks. Yeah, like that's like a big character arc there, isn't it? So just keep your character arcs like to-do list-ish. What's the next step you can do, the little step you can do? What is the consequence of that step? What are the branches to the steps? If you cover your losses, if you cover your bases, Saturn will help you here for 2.5 years, just to kind of get in the gist of it. It's kind of like a blessing that Saturn is here, honestly, because we just have no idea what we're doing right now. We're just doing, but don't do it for the sake of doing. Neptune is that high divinity, your soul mission. It's something that just gives you wings, and you are spreading those wings, and everyone can see all the colors of those wings. Some of them will be saying these colors don't really make sense or whatever, but it's up to you to judge for yourself and for you to decide. Yeah. Remember, Saturn is in your sign, so just for like that first bit of the transit. But after that, you're you're on your own in your boat of existence. I'm wishing you a good transit. And yeah, if this resonated, press a like and share your story in the comments. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for subscribing, sharing, liking, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Love you. Dear Taurus, welcome to your Neptune in Aries transit interpretation. You are having Neptune in transit in your 12th house. Taurus. What can I say? You are like on the good note, yeah? On the good note, imagine all those hardships that you've been through. Imagine all those ancestral soul contracts and whatnot. Whatever the hell happened to you in your Akashic records all the way back, thousands and hundreds of thousands and hundreds and billions of, it's all done. It's all gonna dissolve into particles and be recycled within the universe. Meaning, exactly. Exactly. I mean, Neptune is at home in the 12th house. It's in his place where it belongs, astrologically speaking, but it is in Aries. So it's not really dignified. It's like you're an alien in the alien's world. You will be feeling like you are the only person in this world who understands what's really going on. And all the past mistakes that you have done, it's time to forgive yourself. And all those people who did you wrong, you're just scraping those last bits of grace for them. Those last scarix. And now you're putting it to rest. All this negative baggage, it's done. And it's good because you are feeling freer, lighter, and you can now do your spiritual practice in peace without holding any grudges. Your Muladhara is releasing. So deep ancestral, subconscious clearing that you deserve. And everyone else who is in your life is going to see how you have this glow about you. And this glow is hard to pinpoint. Is this your face? Is this like what you say? Is it what you do? It's hard to say for real, for sure, but you will find a way how to create all aspects of your life that are like really cardinal, like properly, like your home, you know, your career, all those things that kind of define you. You give them a fresh start because you have cleared your entire field out of this crap that just doesn't fit anymore who you are and who you are for real as a soul, not just as a, you know, name tag or passport photo or whatever. Like it's deep and it's really hard to say exactly what is going to change. You are the one who's going to tell me in the comments what is shifting. What are you saying no to? I mean, and if it's like a nullifying experience, if you file for bankruptcy, think of it like you are not going to have to pay the debt anymore. When you are alone, this is the moment to harness your spiritual strength. Spiritual strength is simply ruling through your will within the law of one, within the law that respects life. Yeah. Some guys, they just exert their will, but it's like anti-life. We're not talking about that. That's not spiritual strength. That's corruption. Spiritual strength is like when you make a decision and you apply your will to it, it works like a flame instantly and it creates change that ripples through eons of time. It's just so powerful that it pierces through matter, antimatter, and it reaches its destination in the purest form. That is spiritual strength. I mean, I'm trying to really, really hard to describe this transit's nature for you because it's that elusive. It's very hard to say for real, but I guess you will see what life is showing you, and it will be like universal themes, you know, what I have said previously, like forgiveness, karma, dharma, la la la, you know, those things. And you will have this karmic release, and you will have, I mean, even at the start of the transit, you might have already have had resolved a lot of those, you know, like transmuted a lot of those knots. And it's like a massage all over the body, like deep tissue massage of your soul. And when it's done, it's finished, you'll be laying there in this release, in this breeze, in this calmness, in this emptiness. But that emptiness is what's going to recharge you for when Neptune enters your sign, Taurus, right? At the end of the transit in 2039. Yeah, that's when it is. So enjoy the massage, all the pains, work through the knots, and like trust. The main thing with Neptune is trust. Trust your body signals. Trust your intuition. Trust the world that you perceive, you feel, you live in, because you create your world. That comes to the cons of the transit. If there is this pressure from the outer world, right, and your boundaries are weak, you might feel it's time to escape. And I don't know what you have been doing, you know, with that. Everyone is different. But just know that if you're overdoing something, like Tauruses sometimes do, is it an escape? Ask yourself an honest question and don't judge. Forgive yourself, move on, and try to be a good boy and a good girl next time. Right? I'm not saying it like that, but yeah, don't even, yeah, it's kind of like a double. Double whammy joke there. If there is something you're not doing, you're avoiding it, you're absolutely like procrastinating the hell out of it, it's another form of self-sabotage you want to look into. So just like work with the extremes. If you're in the middle somewhere, it's life, it's fine. You're only human, right? You're not like an ascended master or anything. Yet. So just stay in the middle. If you're not doing anything, you're overdoing anything, just try to find that harmony, that balance. Nothing is a waste. Yeah, nothing is a waste. If you're not wasting your time, if you're resting, and you're not wasting your what is the opposite of that? I'm having a brain fog anomalies today. Anyway, you got it. You got the message. If you don't, please let me know in the comments. I'll try to explain it in a different, weird way. And again, this karmic stuff, right? It's hard. It's hard to forgive, I know. But let's say you haven't really done any of that. If you haven't, like, I mean, Neptune in Aries in the 12th house is like what it says to me. It's like, embodied therapy work where you actually, or like martial arts / therapy, role play. Yeah. And you're like, going at it. Or like when you embody your trauma in terms of like role playing and things like that. It kind of like is what I see as a literally model for this transit. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm not giving any advice here, medically or whatever, mental healthy. But the point is, if you don't work out your thing, it's gonna bite you at the end. It's gonna make you feel like, what the hell happened to my face? My wrinkles are all over the shop. I'm always grumpy. I'm always like, my chest is tight and I'm not happy. Everything is pissing me off. Everything is reminding me, everything is triggering me of this thing, of this thing. And you become a victim. It's okay to be a victim. I've been a victim, and sometimes I am a victim. It's like we live on this planet, yeah? We can't. It's not Pleiades or any other higher level stuff, like the higher thrones of existence. We are on planet Earth. Victimizer programming has been very old and it's still running. And many of us are going like on autopilot. It's not it's not cool to victim blame. Exactly, even comes even for yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Don't victim blame yourself. Work through it, through the fields, through the art, whatever Neptune is asking, whispering in between the pauses of your breath. This is your homework. Listen to your breath. And last one, you might get fatigue from battling. That's the opposite of what I previously said. Fatigue from battling unseen battles. Are they even there? Sometimes we get on this white horse and we got our sword and we go slash the dragon, whatever that is. But how do you know when the battle is actually over? When it's fairy tale, the end, and the book is closed. How do you know that? That's my question to you. How does it feel? Are you the dragon that you're trying to behead? Oh my God, it's been a graphic novel here for you, Taurus. It's not going to be as graphic, I hope. It will be very subtle. So whispers in between the breaths is your best chance at this. I love you so much. Thank you for listening, sharing, liking, and subscribing. And appreciate your comments below. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Gemini, welcome to your Neptune and Aries interpretation video, and it will be in your 11th house, which is all about your networks, friends, aspirations, goals. And you are vibing with the Aries fire sign as an air sign, and it's going to be an exciting new chapter for you. Let's go through the pros and cons of this transit together. So the main thing is your ideas, they now get traction, finally. It's just how many of those ideas you have and how much time do you have to execute each idea. So for, I don't know, for many of you, Gemini, there will be like a blueprint of what to do, but you don't know the final steps of it. You only know the beginning, and you have to act on it so that you can see it through the end. But let me just give you a word of caution straight from the beginning. It's not gonna be what you expect. And that's for your very flexible mind is okay. You're a flexible person. But like the projects, those ideas, they will have the life of their own, and you would have to adjust to that eventually. So who is the owner of your ideas? Please trademark, copyright, do whatever the hell you need so that don't be like Taylor Swift. Who, what happened to her song? Something happened, I'm not sure. And yes, if you're a fan, hi. Yeah, like keep it close to your chest, your ideas. Share it with those you really trust. Neptune is tricky. They will be singing sweet songs of sirens to you about how they will be joining your future vision. And you will be like, all right, let's collaborate. And then Neptune is like, you end up without a passport on the sidewalk in the middle of a desert. You don't want that. This takes us to the second pro, which is radical, inspired, new community, and friendships, and all those la-di-da moments of pioneering inspiration. And just avoid, what is it? The pioneers of the communist era vibes, where everyone is like cookie cutter the same, wearing this red scarf. And you're like, do I have to do that too? And they're like, yes, you have to. And that's like, red flag. Exactly. If everyone is wearing a red flag on their chest, you're in the wrong community. Oh, man. You know what it says on my passport? Where I was born. Guess where? I was born in USSR. The joke is on me. Oh, God. Spilling the beans real hard here. Great news. You will be like a leader in this new arena, and you will be like a pioneer of the digital space, because we have what? Uranus now in your sign for half of this transit, and you are you're unstoppable. You are like a daredevil of innovation, creativity, all things at once. I would like to challenge you to pick one of your twins to be at the forefront, and the other twin is on the back end. You can swap them around, no one is going to notice, but just like don't put two to the forefront and no one is minding the backstage. Everyone is hungry, everyone is pissed off, and you're like here shining your light. Just like doop, 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 doop. Do that like duality you do so well, and you'll be fine. And just stay flexible here. Don't take anyone else's shit, please. Now the cons of the transit, these are, if it's good, it's gonna be really good. And if it's like going south, don't worry, I got you. If you stay friends with those guys at the end of the transit, that means you are like a superhuman. And maybe they are, or they're like that rich. Because there will be a disillusionment. There will be this moment where you're thinking, where was I looking? Why did I believe that? It's like a cryptocurrency moment, or NFT moment. Like, I really thought that was going to be the thing. And reality hits you, and it's like, okay, it's not really what I thought it was going to be or what I envisioned. There is a photo and there's a artwork copy of the photo. And there is an AI version of the photo. So pick one and be happy with that. Don't try to mesh them all in one. You're not gonna set a clear goal and set return of investment, all your KPIs, and just keep adjusting them to the real world, to the real action these people are doing, not what they're saying or what they're wearing or what they're paying for. Action speaks louder than words. Gemini, yeah? Gemini. Action speaks louder than... You love your words. Love your action too, please. And words. Speaking of words, when you talk, please zip it, think 10 seconds, 10 breaths, then talk. Especially those guys at the table or at the picnic or whatever, in the tent camp thing, wherever your community is, think and then talk. And then again, are you over-identifying with the community? Are you losing it in the community because you just engraved so much in their values? And what happens when the values clash? What happens when it's time to say goodbye to those values and time to do something new? Because you will have Uranus in your sign for 7 years or so. And there would be a lot of opportunities to reiterate. And you see how these organizations and groups and communities, how they reflect back at you. How are they responding to your agenda, to your values, to your identity, to your image? And all in all, this is an exciting transit. It's one of the more positive transits out of other signs. As long as you keep adaptability as your number one priority, and as long as you take your sweet time before you talk, respond, react, allow the separation to be your friend, and allow the separation from your past self to be your number one friend. Because if it's good, it's good, but if it's not good, you can be pulled in so many directions, and in the end, you will be asking, who am I? What am I doing here? Why am I doing this? And you will not know the answer because Uranus will be destabilizing you. And watch the Uranus in Gemini video that I have made. The description is down below. Just refresh it a bit for yourself. Watch it for your sun, for your ascendant, and for your moon sign, just to cover all the bases. And good luck with those friends of yours. There will be some interesting types. Watch the introduction. I'm making some examples of Neptune and Aries, historical figures who actually carry this signature in their chart. Just have a look at those, rehash those again, and see if they fit your new friend, kind of if they kind of like fitting, and then you can decide if this is okay for you or not. You're the one who decides. Okay? All right. Thank you so much for watching, for listening, and I love you so much. And subscribe, share, like, and appreciate your comments. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, Gemini. Cancer, Neptune is entering and has entered your 10th house. That is your career, reputation, your work, and your public image. Exciting. I'm excited for you. This is a time, if let's say you were always in a very boring job and now you take your robes off and you start modeling for the artists. And you lay there on the couch and you're now a model. You become so bohemian, so mystique that everyone is like, it's a bit of a shocker. Oh my God, what happened to our Cancer? What happened to their career? It's a double-edged transit. It's like, it depends what kind of Cancer you are and how your career was before this transit. How was it like all shaping up? Now is the time to reinvent it. Now is the time to remold it, reshape it, or scrape it all together and put it at a higher octave. Make it, I don't even know the word. What is the word? Sublime. The word is sublime. The word is like a big, epic, cosmic event that is just beyond imagination. And your career is within this realm right now and will be here for 15 years. I'm excited for you. I'm inspired. We're going to be looking at Cancers and what they do with their life. It will be like Marilyn Monroe moment, like when you become this shining star and everyone is inspired by you. How long are you going to shine without burning yourself out, without asking doctor for another bottle with the pills like Marilyn did? Nah, that's like a bittersweet example, isn't it? So that will be a bittersweet transit for you. Now career becomes purpose-driven and you are making a turn in your career. It's a pivot moment. You want to do something bigger. Yes, you want to do something closer to your heart. You want to do something that serves humanity. You want to leave a legacy that lives beyond you. You get higher visibility through assertive communication, assertive presence, through creativity, through bold artwork, bold career moves, and you are driven by a new mission. It's like a soulmate. It's like your stamp in time that will outlive all the previous stamps in your career that you have ever done. Like, what are you planning to do? Please drop in the comments because I'm just like curious. How does this manifest for you? If done right, you become an emotional leader. You could be even running workshops on confidence, assertion, creative freedom, and all the, admirable things in life, like that people want to become. You're filling in the gaps for them, and you do it on your own terms and in your own unique way. No one will be able to copy that, and that's great. This is becoming the work of your life that is aligned with your inner truth, that is fueling your purpose, your life purpose. What is stopping you here? What is that doubt that you have? And that takes us to the cons of the transit. First and foremost, a career can cause you to burn out because you are too Neptunian, you're too overgiving. And then who is the authority in your career, in your workplace? Are you really respecting them? Are you respecting yourself as an authority? Where is that weak link that is not giving you reassurance? Who is that weak link? Is that you? Is that other person? I would want you to act on it, but make sure you got a plan and multiple options. If you have your options, you can have more freedom. So don't burn the bridge with that authority figure, and don't burn the bridge with yourself as an authority through overgiving or being like this yes man or yes woman, this nicey. There is a balance, and this would be your opportunity for the 15 years to practice it. And if you fail, good, because that's how you learn. And it's just the career, right? So it's not. Don't sell out. Don't sell your soul to the devil. That's the main thing for this transit, and you'll be fine. And if you, let's say, are having a shift in your career and you want to make a move, there will be a little bit of like your work you have to do, because Saturn is also here in your 10th house for 2.5 years. You will just want to approve your own project for yourself first before you take it out into the world. So go deep inside into your heart of hearts and feel, Cancer, feel how you feel. Feel your hesitation. Feel your dialogue inside. Hear it and be that CEO of your own creation so that it can sprout in a healthy environment. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to plant the seed in the wrong area without the sun there, or without the water, or like without the resources. Feel the feels, find out how safe you are before you move on. This will avoid the confusion. And last but not least, there's a big con where you will feel exposed. And Cancer, you don't like to feel exposed. You want to keep it intact together. But you will feel exposed because now everyone is looking at you like you are Marilyn Monroe. And that moment with the fan and the skirt, and everyone is taking a photo, and it's so new and so weird. I have never felt this. You've never felt this in your life. If you're living on Earth now, no one of us has ever felt Neptune in Aries, and all eyes will be on you, Cancer. On Aries and on Cancers, you are our scapegoats for this transit. So keep it classy. Yeah, I guess that's it. Oh my God. Well, yeah, I'm wishing you a great transit, and thank you so much for being here and for subscribing, sharing, liking, and please I appreciate your comments. How are you doing? What are your career shifts that you're planning to do? I look forward to see you in the next video, and best of luck, Cancer. Inspire us all, inspire yourself, and create the legacy for generations to come. And we all love you, Cancer. You are our sweet bunny. Hey, Leo, I've got good news. Neptune is in Aries and it left your 8th house. And now it's in the 9th house, which is what? Your place to roam around. Your beliefs, your world map, your field of knowledge, of wisdom, your heart, desire to learn, to expand, to live far and large. And now we are having this really fascinating transit that I'm really excited about. And I'm really excited for you because now it gets real. Whatever you kind of like learn the hard way with Neptune in the 8th, where your boundaries and your shared resources were very porous. Here, you are putting on the bootstraps and getting your water bottle ready to sustain on a long journey of learning and learning through life. That's the main thing. Right now, you are living your philosophy instead of just preaching it from the throne, right? You are down there with the peasants, Aladdin style or Princess Jasmine style. Yeah, you just kind of hustle around the market, trying some apples here and there, getting into trouble. And yeah, you're trusting, I guess. Trusting more in this impulse, in this spark that is putting makes you feel like a kid, but if you were born like as Krishna, like Krishna was like a kid, but he was super advanced. This is kind of how you feel. You're like a baby Krishna that can move mountains, but you still have this child's innocence to you. And what a cool combo. It's a cool archetype that you're going to be wearing, living, and no more preaching. It's all about just showing up and breathing and just being. I love it. Like your life starts to be ripe with meaning beyond your wildest imagination. It's sensational. It's no less than. And I know, Leo, you like that. As it is Neptune, it's going to wash away those belief systems that are old, soggy, and just expired. Now you are applying a new set of philosophies and belief systems that you will be trying as you go, sort of like a boot camp style, where you put them to the test and then you see this didn't work. All right, let me do another test. And you just keep testing and reiterating until you get the belief system that will sustain your that innocence, that inner child, right? Through, like, it will just fuel you for bigger, better, more. There will be some, I guess, nostalgic remembrances about how it was. And you will be maybe hard on the change bit here. Like, another change. When are we going to have it all clear? And no, it's not going to be clear. That's the thing. You only clear it with a test. Put it to the test. Really question it. That's how you will get the bigger picture on what works and what doesn't work in your life anymore. And especially if you have any people who you like, your cult leaders, let's just say it like that, bluntly, like you would really question these guys too. So whoever you're listening to, online, offline, it will be like testing. I'm curious to hear about your testing in the comments as we progress with this transit. What's gonna happen? And with the testing, you have tested. Now you've got the truth, and now you can lead with that truth and be like, no, I wouldn't say like a leader of a cult or anything, but you will feel good as these pathological narcissists do, in a way that you'll be so confident to lead with that truth that you have tested and you have applied, and you are trusted with that, because that is like, it's merged in fire. It's, what is it? When they forged in fire, truth from Leo the wise. I'm here, all ears. What is it, Leo? Please tell me. And again, it's all lived experience. It's all real, because you have lived it. You're living it. You're not afraid. Like, one of the most courageous signs that you're not afraid to burn the fire. And Aries is fire. Neptune is a water sign. But you have done good school of Neptune for the last 14 years in the 8th house. That was not a joke. That was serious. You were fighting fragmentation, addiction, bad people, bad circumstances, bad money situations, debt, you name it. Like 8th house, yeah. Codependency, and maybe even darker things. Now, yeah, you have lived your life, and now you continue to live it afresh with a new set of beliefs. And that is, you should be proud of that. And look at the cons of the transit. Are you ready? You're not going to like it. Dogmatic. Again, we're talking about being so wise and so cultish, so Bikram. Yoga, Bikram yoga, I mean, and that hot yoga guy. So just, yeah, hot and steamy, that you reckon it is the truth of the truth and nothing but the truth. Do not burn like Icarus, reaching for the sun, or sweating your last, life force out for control of truth, and through overpowering truth with your own personal ego, agenda, and blind faith, I guess. You might get burned, like not in a great way. It's like baked cheesecake, and it turns bitter if you like really overbake it, and bitter, dry, and unenjoyable anymore. So that is the biggest con of the transit, and it's the darkest, I guess, battle that you can avoid fighting with yourself, obviously. Spiritual arrogance goes hand in hand with what I have previously said, because we think that we become better than everyone else, and everyone should listen to us just because, and we have lived the truth and this and that. But I guess there's always someone better. Someone is always bigger, better, stronger, richer, wiser, smarter, and it goes for them too. Same for them, and same for the one after in the line. And that's the wise part of being in the 9th house, having Neptune in the 9th house, especially in Aries. you just look not at the thing in front of you, but you look far into the abyss and being okay with that. And first and foremostly, into your own inner abyss, which matches the outer always. And speaking of abyss, just don't lose the nuances of life, the details. That's where you know who is. What is this guy from Harry Potter? You can't say his name. That's where he lives, in the details. I keep drinking water. I don't know why with you. I think I need to hydrate because it's too much fire. Very interesting. Like, this gives me also Carl Jung versus Freud vibe, where one was the teacher, one was the student, and they had like these different belief systems and they had beef with each other. This could be the scenario. You could be what is his first name? I don't remember. Sigmund Freud, or you could be Carl Jung, and you really clash because of your belief systems are not matching, or they just it's that kind of teacher-student drama, or it could be pal-to-pal drama just based on what you believe in, and that doesn't match. So I'm not gonna be your friend anymore and play with your toys anymore. And just burning the bridge for no good reason. Then the trance is gonna go away, and there's a new truth coming up, and you're like, I'm sorry. It's not gonna be great to say that, yeah, after all this stuff. And then at the end of the day, ask yourself a question: what do you actually stand for? And the main thing, why is that? I'm wishing you good luck on this transit. You, like no other, needs it, because this would be boots on the ground, soul work for you, like you've never felt in your life again. This is an adventure of a lifetime. Use it wisely. And yeah, stay grounded, I guess. Don't get on the high horse just yet. Just like slowly get used to this transit and keep on testing. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Share your story in the comments. I always am happy to hear from you. And yeah, good luck, and speak to you later in the next video. Bye. Virgo, Neptune is entering your 8th house. Oof, power. Power, intimacy, resources that we share with others. Something that doesn't only belong to us, but also belongs to the other person or the other entity. The bonds, the debts, the taxes, and all the good things in life. They're so good, they're bad. They're so bad that they're good. All right, well, what is happening here once Neptune hits this sweet G spot for you? And I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty. First and foremost, you become maybe not like paranoid, but you become kind of like sus. You're already pretty sus, but I mean, you're gonna become even more sus of things that just don't make sense. And this will cause a lot of caution, but because you are so paranoid, other people will be thinking, why does he, like, what is his problem? What is her problem? And then it's a shared space. It's like intimate space. Starting with the pros, you have this fearless psychological intel. You know that this situation is total BS. And you smoke and mirrors, you fade into the abyss like you never even were there. And you're not afraid to do that. You don't become so critical of yourself in these matters, which is the truth teller, truth seeker, going to the bottom of things relentlessly, fearlessly. It's refreshing, Manipulation, you will see it through an X-ray vision, night vision, ahead of time, as if someone is on your shoulder, your guardian angel is telling you everything, who is lying, who is manipulating. You can even write a book by the end of this transit on 122 more ways people can be manipulated, and explain bullet points what and where and how this applies to the new world, to the new way society works in this our shared subconscious, in the collective subconscious of our soul, which is a pro of the transit, because you become the the people that people confide in you. They trust you because you have that radar that's working like a highest tower, getting signal from places seen, unseen, and never want to be seen. Congratulations. And with this trust that you establish with that intimate someone, intimate, like where you can like say the truth and the other person will hear you out, yeah? Not in the physical sense, intimate, like heart to heart, intimate, that creates more sensitivity and more sensibility and more sensuality that charges you. So the more you're able to see through, like laser eyes, the more you are able to be very honest with your intimate partner or with your close friend or like someone who you're really close with, like super close. Doesn't have to be physical, yeah? It's like soul to soul moment. The more you harness this gift and it stays with you for the rest of your life, it never goes away. 8th house never goes away. So use this to really train your super conscious ability and to really be honest with the other person. Understand them on all levels without superficiality and heal through that. You're healing your karma through that, letting go of the baggage as you speak. It's amazing. It's an amazing transit. I'm very excited for you. And your finances finally are clearing out in terms of like, not like out, but you have more clarity about them and you know what to do about it, how to, like, pretty much you just see everything as a table and you see the comparison charts and stuff and what are the ups and downs. And from here, you have the bird's eye view and you can apply steps to solve issues if they're there. And if there are no issues, you just enjoy the financial freedom. I love that because now Neptune is washing away anything that was holding you back. The cons of the transit is that you could be like this all-seeing eagle eye and becomes that one eye from the Lord of the Rings with the control issues. Don't become a control freak because you can just become like a Scrooge energy at the Christmas Carol movie. You will not do well with the power struggle if you don't work on yourself. And I don't know, you might even boss people around too much, and that's not gonna fly. Yeah, be careful. There will be maybe some tests for your boundaries from the young, not like younger generation, but as Mars, it is not like the higher up boss. It's more like kind of like the new flock that comes and they challenge your authority and you become like, why are they elbowing me around? Look at me. I can, see everything and I'm so wise and I, can teach them how to do their taxes correctly. And they're like, we're not paying taxes. Anarchy. And be like, I don't like this. Do I push back or do I lean in? So that would be the balance that you really need to find. This is why you need to be really sus, because you need to see the truth about your intimate connections and connections that you are bound to through financial obligations or any other karmic obligations. So here, if the new flock is coming with a new set of rules, I would say, like, give it some times. Maybe that will not even be a thing and there will be another flock coming and just, like, your boundaries will be tested. This is the main thing. So avoid any unnecessary traction. You will be feeling everything intensely. Your emotions will take center stage, and you can be sulking within without letting anyone in on your issues. I would suggest breath work here, working with a psychologist, having help, having someone you can talk to who will not judge you, who will be just listening. You can even create your own little bubble, like not like a community, but like specific to your issue, some kind of close-knit connection that helps you to digest this big thing that is overwhelming, and there's this emotions, sensitivities, and you just need to find the way to let this water go and shape it. Yeah, shape it bit by bit, like a beaver, like so it makes sense and you can work productively with that. And last but not least, where are you still negotiating your power? It's all about the power. Do you have to apologize for being strong, for being you, for being healthy, happy, loaded? Or you're apologizing for being unhappy, unhealthy, and poor? Like, what is the definition of power to you and how you go about it? Question. You will have 15 years to ponder about it. Don't need to type it now. But I'm still here and keen to hear your story. How are you feeling? With this change? It's a felt change. Out of all the signs, you are the one really feeling it because it's the 8th house, baby. It's Aries and it's Neptune. It's just like a triple whammy. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. I love you, Virgo, so much. And take care of yourself and be vigilant. Be wise. Sus. Very sus. Yeah, I'll see you next video. Bye. Libra, this is it. You've been waiting for this all your life. Neptune in Aries in your 7th house. The 7th house for you is ruled by Mars and ruled by like you're just all about relationships. You cannot sit still when it comes to relationships. You're the sign of the relationships. But what is the irony? That if you're Libra rising, you've got Aries in the 7th house. And if you're Libra sun, you're literally having a face-off with that significant other in your 7th house. And now Neptune has entered that space in Aries. Your relationships, your significant other, your shadow, the one you cannot see, the one you can see, but only at night. Just joking. Even not like a shadow, like a mirror that you don't sometimes want to see. You're also projections, right? So Neptune here is going to help you to be logical about your relationships. Doesn't make sense now, but it will make sense in 15 years when you have had many con artists lining up to date you or to be in a relationship with you, and you have spotted them because you wisened up about yourself and you learned how to work with projections. The good part about learning how to work with projections, both receiving end and projecting onto others, is that truth will be the core of the relationship. There's no more fantasy. There's just this universal truth that if this, then that. If that, then this. And that's kind of like a weirdly scientific and logical. Universe is very, very smart. It's surgically precise, and you will see how people that come into your life are now reflections of your truth. And because of that, your boundaries are now like titanium. Because you will see It will be so subtle and instant with Aries that you will just know in the middle of the date or in the middle of the relationship, like however long you're dating, there'll be this aha moment and you will just know calmly, simply, like, with a lot of compassion, like an old nun. Darling, it's time to stop this. I mean, I'm not giving any advice like that because sometimes you could be dealing with those people who do not even deserve a closure from the cluster B personality types. Like, you better like just keep it safe and not even say anything to them. But you will just know, and then it's up to you what you want to do with that. Yeah. Again, courage to confront any imbalance in a relationship. It will be like a no-brainer. You will no longer hesitate. It will be like, okay, time for you to wash the dishes. I mean, I'm taking a holiday. I've been washing the dishes all this time. It's over. Like, or 50-50, yeah? Something like you're just not cool with anymore. And that's okay. That's totally fine. Because you know what you know. This is the knowledge beyond explanation. Yes, you will talk about it, but you don't have to apologize, be like, no, like over-explain. It just becomes so on the surface, so instant and so big that it's just not gonna fly anymore. And if you're one of those people who likes to avoid conflict, this would be a con of the transit. The avoidance is not going to be healthy for you personally anymore, or for your relationship, or for the other person. They might as well also will be like very short-tempered all of a sudden. And they might be looking at you and be thinking like, something is fishy here. What are you hiding? What is your issue? They will be asking you. And if you keep it within, you don't really share, that creates an imbalance. And then it's pretty much, it just got combusted to the point where it's harder to manage. You could also be avoiding relationships altogether, kind of bypassing them, because you are still figuring out who are you in the relationship ideally. That could be a trap, because no matter how much you think about it or project or fantasize about it, there will be experiences in life that you could have done by now and that would have taught you who you are in a relationship, from the bad example, from the good example. Like, just go in the field, be open, and just, yeah, like, love is a battlefield for you this 15 years. Not like a real battle, like the real war, more like a computer game where you can go and explore and do the thing, but also, come back and wipe it and just start fresh. Like, just don't recycle the same mission over and over. Try different things and see what is your truth and who you are in this relationship, and what are you okay with or not okay with. Because if you haven't worked out your own inner strength, you will be projecting, and then you'll be also projecting like this strong person, and in the end they are actually fiery, overcompensating people who are not that confident. And that's where, there can be codependency, or even God forbid, fragmentation, where you have to deal and save the fragmented person who hasn't figured out themselves yet. So that would be the biggest con of the transit. And when you are meeting new people, who are you actually meeting? Are you meeting your Prince Charmings? Or are you meeting the real people with real, issues, and with real achievements, and with real personalities? What is reality? Who is this person in front of you? And the main thing, who is this person in the mirror, Libra? Thank you so much for watching, liking and sharing and subscribing. Let me know what you think in the comments. Out of all the signs, this one is the most challenging, but at the end of the transit, you will be knowing yourself like never have ever you learned about yourself ever before. And it's not because of the other person. It's because of you. I love you. See you in the next video. Bye. Scorpio, Neptune in Aries in your 6th house. All right. Your 6th house is about your work, about your the sacrifices you make in everyday life, your routine, your body, and the connection between the body, mind, spirit. It's the house that many people overcomplicate, but if you really think about it, for you, it's in Aries, yeah? And it's as simple as it gets. But we do have a spin-off, because it's Neptune. Neptune is not simple, and it's a weird combination here. I mean, it's got its pros and it's got its cons. Let's see what they are. Your routines become purposeful. Everything has meaning. Everything has a, a sutra behind it. There's yoga teaching sutras, like there's like a little sentence. So let's say you're getting your oat latte in the morning and you say a sutra is written on the thing. It's kind of like eat, pray, love kind of moment here. Everything becomes symbolic, spiritual, mega meaning, mega purpose, and soul mission coded. But you are just cutting a carrot. Oh, I'm hearing the carrot is screaming. Can you hear it screaming? Have you seen the Sausage Party movie? It's kind of like that. You are taking charge of your health. You initiate it from yourself. So you say, I want to do this, and you do it, and this is yours, and this is exciting and activating and purposeful. So at work, your health, your everyday life, you live each day differently with the meaning that you apply to it, and it's driven by you, not necessarily by the forces without. So it's a good placement, because Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars likes the 6th house because it can finally like apply its jittery energy into the little things and make the little things big things and make them count. So just like you make every day count for the next 15 years. It's exciting. As with Neptune, it will help you clear out any stagnant energies in your everyday life, in your health. I'm not going to give any medical issues and advice here, but it's like a revision of your patterns, or what makes you feel lighter, what makes you feel heavier, whatever makes you feel better or worse. You have now this kind of wash away energy where you cleanse, in terms of like, not in terms of the juicing, yeah, but in terms of the patterns that brought you misery. You are washing them away through this like initiation, and it's fresh. Think about it like, when you have orange juice with ginger and lemon, it's like that zing. So there's the zing. You got the zing now in your everyday life and whatever you want to do every day. The cons of the transit is obviously whatever the zing is, you don't want to have a 24/7 zinging that you lose your mind, or you overwork, or you overdo something. Like, yeah, it's just like put a little bit of ginger there. Don't go crazy. I remember I made my husband is a Scorpio rising, and some time ago I made him ginger juice, but I did it to my standard, and I like to put shitloads of ginger. Have some juice. His eyes, oh my god, they were like bawling out. He was like crying. So yeah, just don't cry over too much ginger and you will be sweet this transit. And your body will know, your body will tell you. So listen to your body. Time to listen to your body. Time to come back to that light body, to that physical body, to that mind body, to all the bodies that you have, all these layers of you, and combine them and be aware of them, put them online, talk to them, and get feedback and write it down. who is saying what. It's not a multi-personality disorder. It's you going back into your super consciousness where you are feeling your body beyond your physicality. It's all around you. You know, you sometimes walk into a room and you just feel like this is not a great place. This is the aura of the place. So it's not just like the colors of your aura. It's actually the holographic field that you inhabit, that is light, that is particles spinning around. How fast are they spinning? Are they even spinning? Are they reversed? You will be like, whoa, like there's so much out there that I didn't know. And how can I apply it every day to make my life better, that makes sense, that inspires me, that I feel I am doing, not someone is telling me. You know what I mean? And if you are in the service role, if you are like serving for the greater good and this and that, just make sure you get paid for what you do, and fairly, because you don't want to be a martyr at your job, you know, working hard, and the, you know, people on the in the second half of the day, they do nothing, just sit there, have their coffees, and they get paid more because they work after hours. And while you do all the job in the morning for everyone, and then you come home with a smile, be like, oh, I was so full of service today. Like, don't do that. You will burn out, and your body will be sending you signals. And if you keep in that idealistic mindset, you will miss those signals because you focus on something totally untrue. And just, yeah, look out for yourself. This is the main thing with this transit. Just don't be a martyr. Don't, you know, put yourself on the cross out there. Just be smart about it and be bold about it, because it's Aries. I think this is pretty straightforward transit for you, as long as you just keep listening to your body and to your intuition, and just like serve humanity from the healthy perspective. Yeah. I love you so much, Scorpio, and thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. You are the best, and I look forward to see you in the comment section and in the next video. Oh my God, Sagittarius, here we are, 5th house, Neptune in Aries. Are you ready? If there has been anything that you've been doodling on the piece of paper, now you can finally whether chuck it or sell it for $1 million. There's this black and white transit of creativity for you. Your creativity is having a renaissance. Your inner child is having a facelift that it desperately needs. After everything you've been through, yeah, I guess this is time for you to revive your creative juice and bring prana into it, and do it risk-free. Do not need to spend a lot of money on your materials, on your paints and your brushes and whatever the tools you use for your expression, for your toys, right? You don't need expensive toys. You just need those that bring you a sense of awe. It can even be vintage. It can be super new. It can be something that you just have fully generated, all fresh, brand new, innovative, never been seen before, out of this world stuff. Etheric. You know, I'm painting like even like this crazy. I'm painting with my hands on the air. Can you see my aura rippling? Some crazy shit like that. You can get away with this. People will be like, take my money. So if you really want to monetize your creativity, it can get whether really successful, really fast, or be this, I don't know, Kafkaesque struggle. So let's look at the pros and cons of the transit. The joy of life, the 5th house, is now here. Surprise! And it's purposeful. It's soul mission coded. It is brave. Finally, there's something new to do. You get bored easily. This will help you to never get bored, to feel the inspiration almost every day. There will be one little thing, like a little butterfly passing you by, and you're like, look at those colors. Let me take a photo. and recreate this pattern and do something with it, create a dress or whatever. And then this becomes like a staple. It becomes universal, a signature of the times, like pop art was in the 60s. So something like this, like where it's something small and goes into this multiverse of things. You start with one project and then you have a whole line of projects, and you have fun doing it. Like, tell me where to line up. Your art, your romance, your self-expression are getting like a boost. Like on a barbecue, when you like press a bit harder and it goes into flame. This is it. Like, this is where you toss and turn and make sure it doesn't burn, and you swap it around and put some more stuff in there. And then you're in the moment. You are not in your mind. You're not anywhere. You are here and now in your body, in your inner child kingdom, and you are creating. Like, that's great. This one is the simplest section of this video for Sagittarius, is because this is so simple, so true, and just like go crazy, enjoy. What else can I say? What about the cons of the transit? Let's unpack these guys too now. Important. You're making the barbecue, everything is going well, nothing is burning, and you're boosting it. Like, there's no tomorrow. The dopamine is hitting your brain, and here you feel like, I want more. And now you ran out of prawns, you ran out of your asparagus, you ran out of your whatever sausages and stuff. You just start grabbing, whatever, and then these are no longer flame-friendly objects, like the plastic Barbie doll that was just like hanging around, or I don't know. I'm just trying to think of an example, but now it's like the smoke is black and it's just like doesn't smell nice, and the other food is spoiled. Pick and choose, savor the taste of success, of inspiration. Do not let dopamine be the king of the show. Look what you're doing, right? Like, do not repeat the same thing because it gives you that dopamine. Do not become addicted to this mode, this high. Stay grounded. The main thing for this transit for all of us is to ground. Grounding techniques, working with your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and doing nature bathing, dopamine, yes, sometimes, but keep the levels healthy. Otherwise, you will burn out your creativity. There'll be so much noise, no one will understand where to look, what to do with your products and your expressions and your art. They will be like, oh yeah, just another day, and what, another 10 artworks. And none of them are great because you just keep in this MSG dopamine kind of serotonin fry show. Yeah, like, that's the con of the transit here. Just stay cool. Sprinkle some water, here and there. And again, passion is not the same as soul mission. Destiny is not the same as striving for it. You will learn subtle differences here. Interesting for me to ask you, how are you reading off your intuition? How do you know what to do next? That would be kind of your questions here. How do I know that this is truly mine? This is truly coming from a higher place rather than just burning the gut here, and just quick turnover. That's just like something that you need to be aware of here. And as it is the 5th house, it's the drama house, romance, expression, kids, tantrums, things like that. For the sake of drama, for the sake of gossip, or just like like high stakes situations, you could be causing them like a daredevil. You could be attracting them, magnetizing them to yourself. And here we are asking ourselves, like, is this what equals to be alive? Is this existential? Is this universal? Or is it just me? Big question, right? And I mean, I am a Sagittarius sun sign. Have no idea what the answer is. So let's talk about it. Let's discuss. We have 15 years to make mistakes about that one, right? The drama. The drama. I mean, I love drama. I watch a lot of trash TV and talk trash over it. But when you are the character of that show, maybe that's a different story. So I guess pick your shows wisely and don't trash talk too much, and you'll be fine. Thank you so much, Sagittarius. I love you. And yeah, thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Let me know how you're feeling in the comments. And I look forward to see you in the next video. Good luck. Bye. Capricorn, welcome. We are looking at Neptune in Aries, and this is your 4th house of family and everything about your home life, everything about your ancestral lineage and just your roots, you know, the roots of your life, the groundwork of your life, just something basic like a roof over your head, you know, like domestic matters. And Neptune is, I mean, squaring. If you're watching for your ascendant, it's a square to you, and if you're watching for your sun sign, it's a square to your sun. So there's a lot of like change here. It's not gonna be one of those like, oh my god, life is great transits. This transit is life-changing. All right, well, everything is kind of changing, you know, like no day is the same, and we are changing all the time. So what is actually going on? Pros and the cons of the transit. Let's find out. First and foremost, you are with Neptune there, that is like dissolving planet. You are rewiring your family narrative, wiping everything clean. Let's say you had a history of domestic issues and now it's over. Or let's say you had very good upbringing, everything was beautiful and lovely and just amazing, and now there is a challenge on the horizon. It doesn't necessarily have to be like from minus to plus, plus to minus, but whatever your situation currently is for you now, it will be a change, and it will be a change that is like rewriting everything, rewiring everything. You got a new software, hardware, floor, tile, mixer, oven, you know, new family member coming in. Old family member is on the way out. Something like a shuffle. There's a shuffle. And disorienting at first, but inspiring altogether. Just depends which way you look at it. Because it's a square to you, you'll be like... But, I mean, keep an open mind, yeah? You are healing your childhood wounds, and you finally have courage with the Aries. Yeah, Aries is courageous sign. To look at your childhood and to address it and to work through that. The wounds that you have had, the trauma, you talk to it and you become personal with it. You look at it both up close and from really far away. And this gives you this aha moment that is fresh and healing and forgiving. And there is this like nesting, the nesting that's happening. Prickly, the nest is a bit prickly, but it's your nest. You're building, you know, you're bridging the past, the future, into the present, where you are here and now, and watch everything like a movie, the movie of your past life, the movie of your future life, through this vantage point here. And it's like you're floating. Imagine that your house is this big, massive apartment or a house, and it's got like this lake in the middle of it, and this big dome, you know, over it, and birds are singing, and you're just floating. You're floating, and you are in your home space, metaphorically floating through this metaphorical lake within your house. And it's in your heart. Let's say you're like, it's not about even like the physical house, but like the house that is your heart. You're floating and looking at everything, and it's just enchanted. For Capricorn, it's like you're always doing things. You always have to do things. There's always this requests. You're like a fighter in the house. You're always grinding. Your house is your battlefield, but now Neptune is soothing that. Now you can go to the lake and go on a floaty and float for a bit. And that's inspiring because you'll have time to think about other things you can do in the world or about yourself, or think about your past, about your childhood, about those things that made you who you are today. And that's a pro of the transit that I mostly have painted for you to enjoy. Just think about it. Imagine this amazing, big, huge property with the lake, and you're floating on it. No care in the world. Anchor this vibe. This would be a saving grace this 15 years. And once you had a little float on your own, you've recharged your batteries, you can come back to your home people, your family, and you can lead them spiritually. You can say, everyone, brothers, sisters, children, wives, husbands, parents, sit down. Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time. And this becomes like this Vedic circle where you sharing your stories by the fire, playing the guitar, having your tea and marshmallows, and you become the spiritual leader that people in your family feel safe with, and you are like the fire that is keeping them warm. And it's a beautiful, beautiful signature of this transit for you. With the cons, maybe one of those family members will have some old wounds that they haven't resolved. Your opportunity here to hear them out and to help solve this situation. Yep. And it could be you as well if been neglecting that floaty and been grinding all the time. You might have some issues you would want to address later on. So rest time is important for you. Just like chill at home as much as you need. Yeah. Yeah, maybe like the shifts are happening, but you are not happening with the shifts. Neptune is evolution. It will be helping you to evolve yourself. So make sure your ego is not rigid to whatever the shifts are happening within the home and family. If there's a new family member and like you have to adjust your routine and how you maybe you don't have time to take a shower that morning. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. So things like that. I mean, I'm just making examples here. Just don't be rigid, with that, oh my God, I'm just like over the changes. Why? I want to initiate changes. I don't want changes to be initiated to me. So that's kind of the trap of this transit. So just like keep it flexible, keep it cool, and be that fire that warms everyone and also yourself. That don't like leave yourself out in the cold, running around like a headless chicken, being really restless, always doing things and then burning out. And then no one is enjoying to be watching TV next to you anymore. You like become a nomad in your own house. That's not cool. And what are you willing to take with you on this journey? And what are you leaving behind? That's the main thing here. Learn how to let go, forgive and forget. Big ask for Capricorn. I love you so much. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Appreciate your comments below. And yeah, let's see what happens. Definitely a lot of change coming. Good change if you really make it, and if you're really kind to yourself and others in your home. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye. Aquarius, Neptune is entering your third house, and that is all about your mind, your communication, and your learning. Here you are expanding your mind and striking new frames of thought in a way that you have never, ever even dreamt of. But now it's that prime time to dream, to expand your mind, to learn new things, and do it in Sometimes abrupt ways, sometimes the hard ways, but always with that new sense of stamina. You can go far in your mind. And I guess you are the only person who I would recommend to find the way to regulate yourself. Because your ruler Uranus is in Gemini as well, and it will be a lot if you let your mind wander on its own. Who is the authority figure in your headspace, in your communication? Are you listening to your inner voice or not? What are the relationships there with your inner and outer? How do you express yourself so that you are understood? These are the main questions that Neptune will be asking of you for the next 15 years. Let's have a look at the pros and cons of this transit. First and foremostly, you will be having a very clear, bold voice. You will be heard. For the good, for the bad, and for everything in between, you will be heard and hear, maybe think before you say something. That would be something just to be aware of, because Neptune puts the veil over our eyes. Give people some context, help them out. And on your end as well, do not be very quick to judge, and make sure that your voice is heard in the right place. Do not be playing violin in the middle of the hallway when you are a genius violinist who should be charging for your concerts, right? Rather than begging. So this is kind of the difference here. Understand who you are and what makes your vision and your mind and the way you express your ideas unique. And from here, how they apply to the universal truth. And when you merge these two together, nicely package them together, they become like just some inspirational, quote worthy, book worthy, publishing worthy stuff. You know, like you can really expand here. And that's great because your voice will be heard. Use this. You can even start teaching. This is how it gets. Like your book gets traction, or your quote is now in golden letters. And this is a new idealistic standard. The golden ratio, the siren song, and you become the teacher, which is actually quite refreshing. You know, like you're like, oh my God, I've always been a freak. And now they all want to be freaks like me. Let me teach them how it's done. I'm not saying you are a freak or anything like that, but there has been a bit of an archetypal stigma around Aquarius that you can get very unusual for no good reason. But it's what? Your era is here. Everyone is a little bit freaky, a little bit weird. And I mean, look at the 1950s beauty. It's just, that looks weird. You know what I mean? So teach away. Just like stay the course. Stay the course. Don't go off the curriculum too much. During this transit, you will be very sensitive to lies. When someone is lying, you will be looking at their face or on the screen or reading that article, and you will just know. And I love this because this is what the superhumans do. Yeah. The superhumans are so sensitive, so aware, so consciously progressive that they just know. And no matter what, they can discern the truth from the lie and know, like, what is that quote? Know the difference. Let me know when it's good or bad and how to spot the difference. You will be the one who will spot the difference, not just for yourself, but for everyone else, everyone around you. Take responsibility because, when we see the lie, what do we do with it? That's the next thing. Like Aries likes to act. What are you going to do about the lie? What are you going to do about the truth? And how would you know? Because everyone is different, you will have your own way about it. And with the cons of the transit, with all those benefits, there is a flip side because it's the third house. It's a scorched earth after a conversation. bridge burned, receipts shredded. Now what? There would be moments like that. I'm not saying there won't be, but these would be your like lessons. Let's say you did believe in something that was not true, was not real, or in your mind you had this castle made out of cards and it just went flying off. Who are you going to blame here? Are you going to blame your neighbor or the teaching or maybe your action? But I would like to invite you to look within and start with you. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's I am. It's that I think therefore I am moment. I'll just leave it with that. And when you think too much, maybe that's another con of the transit. Thinking too much, going too many faraway places in your mind, and then getting lost there. Being confused within your own mind to the point where you're on autopilot or you're burning out. And the main thing for this transit, and I say it to all signs, just take your time, take your sweet time. Some people say meditate, but it's a bit cliche. I would urge you to learn how to meditate as you are awake and aware and with your eyes open and running and doing things. That's if you just sit there and meditate with your eyes closed, that's like a Neptune in Pisces. We've been there, we've done that. Meditate as you are doing your life. Life as a meditation, thinking as a meditation. You are here and now, awake and aware. You want to do things. You want to think big. Turn this into your spiritual practice. So in the here and in the now. Because if you fly away too far, like a balloon, you might end up over the, Meridian Trench. And then what are you going to do? Or the wind will just take you places and it's not even in your control. So really understand first yourself and then go from there in time, in your time, in the way your mind works. And last but not least, there could be logic, right? The mind is what? Logical, mostly. Like half of it is. Then there's an abstract, spatial, more creative mind. Which one is your dominant? And also, are you using any of those concepts as dogma? Let's say, I'm only logical. I'm more logical than I am creative. That's quite a dogma, and that's a stamp. Neptune is going to wash that away. Through hard lesson, through soft lesson, whichever one you kind of need right now. So if you are very dogmatic, time to relax and let it go. Yeah, because you will see how is it serving you or not. If there is this framework, rigid, time to wash, dissolve, refine, evolve, right? Well, yeah, I really appreciate you, Aquarius, and thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Let me know how you're feeling in the comments if this resonates. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye. Pisces, are you excited? You are going to have Neptune and Aries in your second house. It's all about finances, your self-worth, your belongings. What is yours? What is yours to have, to do, to believe, to perceive, to enjoy, not to enjoy, to get rid of? It's all the second house, all the goodies, the baddies. It depends how you look at it, yeah? So, Pisces, congratulations. You have survived Neptune in your sign, in your first house. You are now a totally different fish. You became radioactive, grew a third head, chopped it off, and now you are not like scarred, but you're now cool with being whoever you want to be. You're now cool with just being, which is so crazy. You're cool with that. You have walked through the ring of fire. You actually just poured water all over it and then it was over. The steam and the smoke is still in the air. You walk through that ring and here we are. Feels a bit warm in here, but that's the real fire now. The Aries blast. And your second house is, it's like combusting. You realize what you have or you don't have in a split flash second as soon as Neptune entered Aries on the 26th of January or 27th, depending where you are. This year, 2026, it's just like before and after. And you have so many questions. Let's break this down, the pros and cons of this transit for you, because it's important. Neptune is your ruler. It's important for you to be aware, perceptive, open, diligent, and decisive with this transit. It will be here for a while. There is an end to financial confusion. You have your Excel sheet ready, sparkly clean. You know all your graphs, your debit, your credit, your bank accounts. You are like James Bond in this area. This is good. You will become a financial institution in your own right. That's positive. Your finances are sorted and your financial obligations are resolved. And your like say you had issues with finances. Now it's time to take action, honey, to solve it, to resolve it, to dissolve it, Neptune. To be creative within the existing framework so that you can get the result that you want, that you know is going to work because you have faith and you know what are the steps to get there. Ask financial advisor or whoever the hell you trust to give you some advice on this. So it's not just you in your own imagination. Manage your finances like you deserve, like they deserve to be managed. Grow your capital this transit. It will be so many opportunities there for you to do that, because you will open your mind, you open yourself up, you free yourself up, and that new frequency magnetizes to itself new goodies. I'm happy for you. You now embody the self-worth. You become not like a life coach, but your body is your temple. Yeah. So this is exactly the transit. You maybe starting some new body work or yoga or whatever the hell. Something that just makes you feel calm and grounded in your action every day, day to day, that builds you up, builds your spirit up, and heals you from whatever happened in the previous cycle of Neptune in your sign. You are now really good at understanding and knowing what is serving you and what is not, and that is the self-confidence I'm talking about. That's the self-worth I'm talking about, baby. Finally, your boundaries are like never before. You have a clear sense of what you will do, what you will not do, what you will give, what you will not give. You're not washing anyone else's socks anymore. It's done. You are your own person. You feel the fire, and that gives you this almost like invincibility. But again, Aries, it's not like a long-term archetype. Aries it's quite reactive and it's instant. So there will be these spikes in your feeling good energy, but there also will be like flat moments. And these flat moments are when you are resting. Rest more so you can accumulate more wealth, accumulate more dignity. You know what I mean? Like soft movements instead of like these jittery movements that you don't know where you're going, or knee-jerk reactions, things like that. You're becoming more like a jaguar, like a black panther in the forest that knows where its tree is and it knows its way to the water hole, and that's enough. So less is more when it comes to movement. Preserve your energy this transit. It's very important so that you can actually grow what your goodies are. You will become more sensitive when it comes to your boundaries as well. And you will become maybe more sensible as well with how you spend with how you manage your resources, what it belongs to you and to you only. It's both psychological, it's both spiritual, material, you name it. And this sensitivity that you already have will be sparking your like sense of belonging in this world. You will finally create this castle, this fortress around you where you feel very safe, very peaceful, harmonious. And from this place, you can be generous and not being used like maybe it was in the past, where you had really porous boundaries, where you had to learn the hard way. Now you are working within the fortress, and you're sending your knights every now and then to see what's happening out there and to kick some butt. But you're not doing it yourself anymore. You are safe. The sense of safety is the best way you can judge how this transit is going and what are the results of your actions that you take in the direction to your goodies. I'm calling the second house the goodies house because it is the goodies house if you do it right. Yeah. Now let's talk about the cons of the transit, and this one, yeah. Don't let the goodies seep through your fingers because you have done something that you didn't think through. You believed again the wrong message that was fake news and bet on zero, and it's all gone. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. There'll be many kind of like semi-truths out there about these matters. You have to be diligent. You have to be working with that Saturn in your second house the first 2 years of this transit, 2.5 years, just to identify your body signaling to you that this is fake and this is real. This is a real diamond. This is a fake diamond. You don't have to pay 3 times the like, oh my God, these earrings they were $6 million, but we are selling them to you tonight for $322, like in that South Park episode or whatever. $322, and you're like, ding, ding, ah. And then they say, "Do you remember? What's your name?" And the old lady's like, "I don't remember." "Do you remember the number of your credit card?" She's like, "Yes, 361. Don't do that. No risky financial moves. You don't have to feel like you deserve a $6 million earring for $300 just this time. Your self-worth is innate. It's not about how much you spend and what you buy to feel good. It's more about how you feel on the inside, that fortress, yeah? And Aries is impulsive, so you have to understand how you're undervaluing yourself through this much impulse. What are your reactions to someone challenging your self-worth in the outer world? Or there is an idea or belief or perception or consciousness shift that is swaying you away from the fortress, inviting you to open the gate or walk out, step out, and be exposed and having to be that reactive warrior. I would just say, stay within the fortress. You've learned it the hard way. This would be your saving grace. And if you want to pull out and explore and just like wander about, which is very Neptunian, to see bigger picture, to see the fresh transcendental, take on things, trust your body and learn how to act, when to react, when not to act, and when not to react. This will be a saving grace, this transit. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. I appreciate you so much, Pisces. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm very curious. How did you go this Neptune in Pisces transit? And what are your hopes and wishes for this new beginning for you? Love you, Pisces. Speak soon. Bye.